have kind of a sad story to tell you. It's about this girl, and she fell in love with the boy next door. His name was Johnny Green. Well, they decided that that they were going to get married. You know, that's what people do when they're in love. So she went to tell her father. Oh, her father was not happy because her father had already promised the other next door neighbor, Ugly Billy Bob, well, he was old, he could marry her. And he didn't even ask his daughter. This was back before when people really got to choose who they married. Sometimes they did, but a lot of times they didn't. Oh, so she was devastated. She wanted to marry Johnny Green. She didn't want to marry Ugly Billy Bob, he was kind of mean too. So, oh, the day she found out, told her dad, she ran off into the hills. They lived kind of in the hill country, and there were caves out there and secret hiding places. And she was so sad. She was wandering around out there, and she was singing, "Lie, lie, lie, chickalileelo, lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who I please. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who I please. Lie, 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 chickalileelo." Every day, after she finished her chores, she couldn't even see Johnny Green anymore. They weren't allowed to see each other. So she would go off into the hills, and it was kind of a place for her to calm down and relax, and she'd sing that song. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who I please. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. Well, there was kind of a war going on at the same time, and they were calling up the young men to go to battle and be soldiers. And at that time, you didn't have a choice either. It was called a draft. Well, Johnny Green, they called him up to go serve, and he went off to war. Oh, and she was even more devastated. Not only was she not going to get to marry him, he might be put in harm's way. He might not make it. That same day, she ran out to the hills again and sang, "Lie, lie, lie, chickalileelo, lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who I please. Lie, 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 chickalileelo." Well, her dad realized that she was homesick, not homesick, lovesick, and she might, I don't know, there's danger of her not marrying Billy Bob. So he kind of put a rush on the wedding plans, and so it was a month away. Oh, and just every day she would go out to the hills and sing, "Lie, lie, lie, chickalileelo, lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who I please. Lie, 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 chickalileelo." Well, a week before the wedding, terrible news came from the battlefront. Johnny Green had been killed. Oh, and this was the worst. I mean, she just felt like life was over because her love was gone. She was going to be married, and it was awful. So, of course, she ran out to the hills. Lie, 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 chickalileelo, lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who I please. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. Every day she ran out. The morning of her wedding, she just couldn't bear it. She ran away from home, which is not always a good thing to do. She ran out to the hills. They couldn't find her. They searched for weeks. But they swore they could hear her singing in the caves and in the trees. They could hear this song every time they went out there. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who I please. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. And still to this day in that land, people walk around in those hills and they're pretty sure they can hear the song of that girl. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. Lie, 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 chickalileelo. I'm gonna marry who